Hi, I'm Michael Ma, CEO of OnePassport. Today I want to talk about travel. Travel, the final frontier. Will a lockdown people called Australians be able to travel during our traditional summer travel period? There's a lot of debate happening in the papers and a lot of mixed messages coming out, so it's a very interesting stage. But the key one from our point of view as a citizen here is, are you ready? It's quite ironic, really. I don't carry a Victorian passport, I carry an Australian passport. Yet all of the discussions happening, my nationality's got sweet FA to do with it. It's all about where I live in Australia. And the government, it keeps changing the rules. When I say government as if it's a monolithic thing out there, it's actually multiple parts and they all have their own opinions, from the state and territory governments to the federal government. So things come out of National Cabinet, which is meant to be a consensus, and then some of the premiers decide that they want to do something else. For example, Premier of Queensland this morning was quoted in the press of saying, even if we open up at 80% as a national average, Queensland will be going backwards at that stage. Therefore, chances are she's not going to open up, or she'll have different rules or different time frame than anyone else. So we wait to see what's coming out there. The problem is these rules keep changing. So you need to be able to be ready for whatever rules come out at any given time. Otherwise, you might suddenly not be able to go, have your plans cancelled, or you might be in a state and not be able to return home. Such as today, a lot of Victorians who have been trapped in New South Wales and the ACT are now allowed to return to Victoria. Now, I think it's 6 weeks after they were initially locked out. So go on holidays, extended unexpectedly. So are you ready for the different rules? Technology point of view, the different states have different technology. Service New South Wales and Service Victoria both run some really in-depth apps, especially the New South Wales one. The other states really don't. So New South Wales and Victoria, they're connecting into AIR, the Australian Immunisation Register. Apparently, no one's actually seen a live version yet, so that when you check in on the QR code, you can hold up your phone and it'll show your vaccination status. Not the green certificate, just a line that says your status. So that'll work in New South Wales and Victoria, and they're also talking about using the New South Wales app in Victoria, so it can scan a Victorian QR code and still work, and the Victorian app being used in New South Wales on New South Wales QR codes. But the rest of the country is using a different system generally. A group created the Check in Canberra app, which is a lot less functionality than the New South Wales and Victorian versions, and that was then given to Queensland, Tasmania, SA, and I'm not sure which other states, but there's 4 or 5 states and territories who are all using it. That one doesn't have the ability to connect into AIR. So as to how they're going to be able to check in and show your certificate, I don't know. And none of this, of course, takes in international travel. We'll be able to travel internationally, as Qantas has foretold, as we approach Christmas, being able to go to the initial spots like Singapore, London, Los Angeles, potentially Japan, or not. So there's some real changes or challenges out there. How do you meet that? So these videos for me have not been about selling OnePassport. They've been about, there's some really complicated topics that I wanted to address in little snippets, which were too difficult to be in little 10-word answers on LinkedIn or on Facebook. So I made little short videos, 3.5 to 5 minutes. For the first time, I'm going to say, if you want to be prepared, download the OnePassport app. It is free. How we monetize it is organizations like employers who want to get that compliance information from you. They pay. Individuals can use the app for free. So it is a place where you can download and you can hold all this stuff. Doesn't matter if it's your COVID test results or your COVID vaccination status. Even if it's the little blue card, or the little card they give you after you get vaccinated, just save that in there. Let alone if you access MyGov, download the green certificate and save that. But also getting test results. We're going to move into a world of rapid antigen testing, and you're going to need to save that. You can save your passport and your driver's license details in there. You can save an international driver's license details in there. You can save a whole range of things so that no matter the rules, because they're changing regularly, you should have the information on you. If you just think, I've got it in the camera feed of my phone, when you need it, you won't be able to find it. So download the app, save it in the right place, and have it ready to go, so that hopefully at Christmas you can get away with your family no matter what that looks like. Take care and keep safe.